Luminites, it is Ivy and welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here, hello, my name is Ivy, also known as Intuitive Ivy M, here on this channel as well as on my Instagram and also on my TikTok. I am also the co-founder of an amazing spiritual business company called Unearthly Treasures, where you can find us at unearthlytreasures.com. We sell all sorts of amazing witchy products, also jewelry and mystery boxes, candles and stuff like that. And also these hoop earrings are also sold on there. These are my creepy hoops and I love them. So you can find these on our website as well. Anyways, hello, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, this channel is all about the magical, the mystical, and the supernatural. So if you are into one or all three of those things, please consider hitting that subscribe button and turning on that notification bell to be notified when I post. Today, we're saying farewell. And we're also having a big giveaway here, because I am going to be getting rid of decluttering and getting rid of a lot of my tarot and oracle card decks that I just don't vibe with, and that I just no longer have a use for. So I'm going to be saying farewell. I'm going to show you guys the decks that I'm going to be getting rid of, why I'm getting rid of them, and then of course in the end we're going to have a giveaway and I'm going to be giving out these decks. So the first deck that I'm getting rid of is this deck right here. This is the Literary Witches Oracle. This is a deck that when I first got it, I thought I was going to be consistently using it just because it's just one picture for the most part, and then it lets you have lets you use your own intuition to each card meaning. But honestly, I just never used this deck, and for that reason I have no use for it. I don't ever use it, and I just don't want it collecting all this dust. And not only that, but like when you have decks that you don't use, it just sort of like builds this like built up energy that it's gonna give you fuzzy readings, and it's not good energy, good juju that you want to have in your house if you're not using your deck consistently, or even just using your deck at all. There's a lot of decks that I don't use consistently, but I still do touch them occasionally, but this isn't one of them. So for this, I'm going to be getting rid of this deck. The next deck that I have here, these are the Witch Casket spell cards. The reason why I'm getting rid of this deck is just because I don't use it. It's really cool because it has like crystal magic cards, it has like candle and spells, it has like witches brews that you can do. So if you want something where it like gives you things that you, for example, crystal magic, it'll show you power use, clear quartz. For example, if you wanted to see like things that you can use for a spell jar, this one are different things that you can put in a love spell jar, like rose quartz, rose petals, chamomile, and affirmations, things like that. Do you get what I mean? So this is not something that I necessarily need, so that's why I'm going to be getting rid of this one. Next deck. You've heard me talk plenty of doo-doo about this deck. I hate this deck. Hate is a strong word, but I despise this deck. And that is this one right here. I've talked about it so many times about how much I just do not like it. So this is a deck that I'm going to get rid of. This is the Tarot del Dios de los Tres. Yes, it's pretty. First glance, it's a beautiful, stunning deck. It has a lot of color in it, but going into it, it just doesn't make any sense to the card. And it's not like, I feel like even if you were to use your intuition, there are people that do like this deck, do not get me wrong, there are people that do like this deck, but to me, even when I'm trying to use my intuition, it's just nothing is gonna come to me from this deck. It's just a whole bunch of random jumbled nonsense that they just threw in, and they're like, oh, this is gonna be 3 of Wands, we're gonna put 3 thingies, and then that's it, there you go. Nothing else makes sense to me. Nothing else. Like there's a few, like for example, like the Major Arcana, this one right here, the World card, this one makes sense, but other than that, I don't I don't know. Next, we have this deck. This is the Gemstone Oracle deck, I believe it's called. And this is another one that I tried vibing with it. It was beautiful, the back was beautiful, and at first when I saw them, I was like, ooh, I can turn these into makeup looks, and we can make makeup looks and put them on YouTube. But I don't know, I tried vibing with it. I tried being like, okay, yeah, like these makeup looks are so cool. But I found that I never reached for this deck. When I wanted to reach for this deck, it just gave me very weird vibes. I didn't like it. It just didn't go well with me. Maybe, I'm pretty sure there are people that enjoy this deck, that really meshed with this deck, that really connected with this deck, but I happen to not be one of those people, unfortunately. The next deck that I'm going to be getting rid of, it's called the Crystal deck, and it looks like this. So this one is a very plain deck. I got this one because I was getting into learning about crystals and what each one means. Not just because of that, I feel like the main reason why I grabbed this deck was because I was looking for a deck that I didn't have that many crystals at the time. So when I was doing pick a card readings, I wanted to be like, oh, choose your crystal, and then like put these cards instead of actual crystals because I didn't have any. However, now I have plenty more than enough crystals to do that if I did want to do that. So I don't really need this deck. Of course, I don't know too much about a lot of crystals. I do know several, but definitely not all, not even scratching the surface. But I don't know. I never reach out for this deck. I think this is another one that I just simply didn't connect with. So of course it has a picture of the crystal, and then on the other side we have the name of the crystal, then what it is, who needs it, where to put it, and when to use it. The next deck is going to be the Crystal Visions Tarot deck, which looks like this. This is another one that I wanted to connect with it, and at first I thought I was going to really like it. However, upon trying to use it, I tried using it for about like a few weeks with multiple readings that I was doing, and I just found that I don't know, I didn't like, it's not that I didn't mesh with it or anything like that. I don't know. I don't know. I guess I don't know. I didn't really like it that much. Next deck that I'm going to be getting rid of is the Universal Waite Tarot. So this is a deck. It looks like this. It is tiny. It is pocket size versus the standard tarot sizes that look like this. It looks like this. It's like not exactly half its size, but it's about 2/3 of the original size. So this looks like the standard Rider-Waite deck, except it's called the Universal Waite deck. For some reason, I got this deck first because I was taking a tarot course and they said buy the Rider-Waite deck, and I was like, I don't want to buy the Rider-Waite deck. I don't think I'm gonna like the Rider-Waite deck. So I bought this one instead because it's pretty much the Rider-Waite deck but smaller, because it was like obviously more like inexpensive. And after buying it, I was like, you know what? I don't like this deck, so I don't think I am gonna order the Rider-Waite deck. But then I happened to get the Rider-Waite deck in like a subscription box. I was like, I love the Rider-Waite deck, but I don't like this one. So I guess it was just the energy coming from this deck, and even though it's been cleansed, even though I've tried to use it, I just feel like I gave the vibe that I don't want it. And in return, it was like, well, you know what? I don't want you either. And so we just didn't become besties. We didn't become friends. And that's what happened with this deck. So this is another one that I'm going to be giving away as well. Next, we have the Cosmic Shaman Oracle deck. This is a deck that I believe I got on Etsy. This is a deck that I was looking for, a deck that I can answer yes or no questions to. Of course, you can always answer yes or no questions with the tarot deck. However, I just felt like it would be a lot easier to just get something that plain has plain yes and no. Some of my clientele did just want simple yes or no answers without providing any sort of reason behind it. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna get this deck. And At first I was like, ooh, this is cute. I like how it has the yes or no answer, and I like how it gives like a brief little description. So it has a keyword, it has the answer, yes, and then it has a keyword, and then it has the reason. The decision has been made. Use your brain rather than emotion to execute this task. So like at first I was like, okay, this is cute. I really enjoyed it. But then after further upon using, I just found that it wasn't very accurate. I've tried cleansing it, I've tried shuffling it, I've tried it with various different clients, and I just found that it wasn't that accurate. So because of that, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of it. It just didn't work for me. Next, I have this Practical Witches deck. This is one that I got in one of the subscription boxes that I received. And this one, honestly, I haven't even opened it, and I don't want to open it just because I just want to preserve it for whoever owns it. But it looks like it has like different sorts of spells in here. So it has like altar spells. Maybe I have opened it. No. Maybe. I don't know. Okay. Well, it looks, okay, so it has like altar spells and various different like spell things that you can use. This is a spell deck. So 100 spells for love, happiness, and success. So this is going to be another one that I give away. The next one, this is the Stress Relief Essentials deck. This is a deck that I'm getting rid of. And this one I do have the guide for. I'm getting rid of this one because the pictures are very mix-matched. So like it'll have one picture and then the back description will just not match the photo, and it looks like they accidentally printed the wrong back to the photo, and it was supposed to be like the photo that was supposed to be ahead of it. So I don't know if I just got like a accidental messed up deck, but for that I'm getting rid of it. This one is called the Tarot Made Easy. This is one that I got in a subscription box. And this is a deck that I gave away the guidebook for because the guidebook happens to be like it teaches you how to do tarot, and you don't have to just use it with this tarot deck. You can use it with any tarot deck. This is a deck that when I first got it, I was like, okay, this is beautiful. I think I'm going to be using it consistently because it is very much like the Rider-Waite tarot, except the illustrations are a bit more realistic looking, I guess you could say. But for some reason I just never used it, and I don't know if it's because I feel like I had a little bit of guilt the fact that I didn't give away the deck, that I just gave away the guidebook. But because of that, I'm just going to give this away as well. Then we have the movie tarot, and I found out that the minor arcana is Pip, and I don't like Pip. I don't like Pip. I like things to be descriptive and fully illustrated. And while the court cards and the major arcana are illustrated and beautiful, the minor arcana lacks a lot. And for that, I just don't like this deck. So this is another one that I will be getting rid of. Okay, last but certainly not least is the Decl Kipper. This is a fortune telling deck. This is a Kipper deck. I have multiple ones of these. That's why I'm getting rid of this one. That I just feel like I don't need multiple ones of these, and I feel like it could go to somebody that would actually use it, that actually needs it. So this Kipper deck I like to use for descriptions of things. For example, if they have a question about a specific person, like, oh, you're gonna get good news. Who are you getting good news from? And you get the card of an official person. Like, you know, just like it really provides extra details to whatever question you may have with the tarot. So that's all, you guys. That is all of my tarot and oracle decks that I'm going to be getting rid of and decluttering. So now for the giveaway. So for the giveaway that the way that I'm going to do it is I'm going to be giving away some decks here and then some decks on my Instagram, and then I'm going to be getting rid of some decks on my TikTok. The way that it's going to work is I'm going to put below here, so for YouTube, I'm going to put below this video, I'm going to put the list of the names of the tarot decks with the timestamps. and let me know which deck you guys would want. And then at the end of the month, I'm going to randomly select people to win that deck. And I'm going to probably just combine all of my Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. So it's going to be split between the 3 social media accounts. If you want to sign in for the giveaway, basically just let me know, like, just make sure that you're subscribed, make sure that you've liked this video, make sure that you have your notification bell on to be notified if you win. And let me know down in the comments below which deck or decks would you like. Which ones would you like to have here? Also, for more chances to win, just go ahead and go on my TikTok and then go on my Instagram. And on that, make sure that you follow me, and also make sure that you comment on that post referring to the giveaway. So that is it, you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it, and I will see you